What up, peeps? Tony Baker here, back with another movie review of a movie I already reviewed, but now I'm doing the spoiler review of Avengers Endgame. Now I don't have to bite my tongue and keep everything underneath the surface. I'm talking about whatever, so if you haven't seen the movie, turn this video off right now. Just turn it off. Don't be in the comments saying you're spoiling it. I'm giving you the warning now. So it's your fault. I'm talking about everything. Let's get going. As soon as the movie came on, you know, we get right into it. Everybody took a huge L. Huge L. Thanos won in Infinity War. He set out for what he wanted to do and did it. So now everybody's dealing with the ramifications of losing 50% of all life in the universe. As soon as the movie comes on, they cut in with Hawkeye and his family, and his whole family disappears. Here's one thing that's kind of cool, but kind of whack at the same time about who they chose to disappear in these movies. Everybody disappeared for a reason. So it was like, all right, Hawkeye is gonna lose his entire family, so therefore he can go on killing sprees across the world. Now, if he got left with like a son or a daughter, he might have been like, oh, I lost most of my family, but I still got you. Now we got, you know, since he lost everybody, he can now be a ninja and just going on killing sprees and cartels and like, you know, the Yakuzas and, all right. You just see that, like, you know, certain people were picked to stay. Like the original core Avengers all stayed. Nobody got snapped away. It's like, all right, we see what you're doing here. I can feel people's contracts ending. It was like, all right, Robert Downey Jr. is leaving, Thor's leaving, Cap is leaving. Let's leave him here and send him off right and put the story second. Okay, that's what I kind of felt initially. Now, this is a slower pace. Like I said in the other review, this is like Kill Bill Volume 2, only with a much better finish. You know, Kill Bill 2 was a slower pace than Kill Bill 1. Kill Bill 1 was all action, all dopeness all the time. They even threw in part anime in Kill Bill 1. Infinity War was all action all the time. 2.5 hours. It was like fast paced. There was always something going on. I'm an action guy, and I've seen Infinity War probably about 9 times. I saw it 3 times in the theater. I saw Endgame twice in the theater. I'm not going back for a 3rd time because the last hour was the dopest part. I'm sick of the Hulk. I'm sick of what they doing to the Hulk. Okay, I didn't like it. I liked it, but I didn't like it because he didn't do anything on the action tip. Yeah, he put the glove on. He snapped. He threw a bench when Black Widow died. He faked action like, raw. I'm like, that's it. I want to see Hulk get busy. I want to see Hulk deliver hands. Yes, he did it in Avengers 1 and Age of Ultron. And then Ragnarok, it was silly city, man. Stop making the Hulk so silly. Stop. We know he's funny, yes. But I want to see him get mad. I want to see him put hands on Thanos for the 2nd time. He got his ass kicked in Infinity War. Never got the revenge. That's unfair. If you want to do this as a real love letter to Marvel fans, we wanted that revenge out here, man. Something. Let him steal on him at least one time and then dip off. I know his arm was deflated because he did the snap, but let him hit him with the other arm. Something. The Hulk didn't roll up the whole battle. He didn't see Thanos in the distance. Like, let me slap him from behind. Let me try to tackle him right here. You know, it was just inconsistencies on that. You know, Thor was like wrecking shop in Infinity War at the end, and now, you know, I know he was fat, but still, come on, he's still a god of nothing. You know what I'm saying? He still got the axe, he got the hammer, the lightning, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, he could never get a real good blow on Thanos this time. And I'm like, see, that was inconsistent for me. Just so Captain America could shine with the hammer. It was just like, now it's your turn, guys. Instead of just letting the story flow and the heroes really flow, they were just like, since you're leaving, let's give you all of this time right now. It's your turn, since you won't be coming back. Those are like my issues with Endgame. But the Hulk that just bugged me, man. I did like Black Widow, how she was affected by everything. She was like emotional about it, and I like that. That's like, you know, you failed, half of everybody left. It's tough to deal with. Dealing with half of everybody just leaving, just like that, people dealing with it, I like how they tackled that. But watching it again, I was just like, all right, let's get to this battle. You know what I'm saying? When's Thanos getting here? Like, and I like Thanos even more in the second viewing. Like, he's just a dope villain. The way he talks, everything he says is damn near quotable. Everything he says. Like, I feel like everything Thanos was about had a purpose. Everything he said had a purpose. Everything, you know, it was no wasted space or screen time for Thanos. And I was like, man, the way he talked, I was like, yeah, you just really just chill. Even when they caught him slipping, making breakfast, everything he said had a purpose right before Thor cut his head off. I will give Endgame this. The unpredictable nature of it was dope. Like Thor coming in, even when they cut his hand off, I was like, oh, we getting down to business. Then they cut his head off, it was like, quick, fast. I think Black Panther could have snapped because he has a vibranium suit on. He's a walking Captain America shield. Why not have him do the snap instead of Tony, man? Because his armor didn't protect him. But now we gotta kill Robert because his contract is up. Oh, okay. I just felt the studio at work more so than the story. And you know, the comparison it's inevitable. Even though they can be considered one movie, Infinity War and Endgame, as part of a continuing theme, I still prefer Infinity War, man. It was just the action set pieces. I'm an action guy. Like, I love a good story, but on the rewatchable factor, I gotta give Infinity War more points. Endgame was great. It was a great tie-up, the way they tied everything together. But Infinity War had those dope set pieces. The beginning, it was going down. The second fight where he came, his boys came. And that's what I liked about Thanos' crew. We got to see his crew more in Infinity War. His crew was dope. Like, this dude just doing all of this, fighting Doctor Strange and Iron Man, those are some dope fights. And like, we didn't have those moments in the beginning or like in the middle. We didn't have dope action scenes. We didn't have the dope sequence of Thor having to make another weapon. That whole sequence was dope. You know, we losing the heroes fighting each other, like when the Guardians fought Spider-Man and Doctor Strange and them. We didn't have moments like that, like in the middle of the joint. You know, him getting all the stones. And then in the end of Infinity War, you got two battles going on simultaneously. You got the fight at Wakanda, and then simultaneously they're fighting Thanos on Titan. Like, this time we had one battle in one location, which was fantastic, by the way. But Infinity War, it had a lot going on. It had two different battles, and then Thanos came to Wakanda to finish everything off, and it was just like, I don't know, it was doper to me, man. Like, Infinity War was just better on that aspect. Now, the end of Endgame was fantastic, but I can't say that about the rest of the film. Even though everything made sense, you got to build to it. You know, we sad now, we got to build up to it. I was still just like, on a repeated viewing, I was just waiting for the action. I was just like, all right. Yeah, this part right here. But the heartstrings, though, man, the sadness, it was dope, man. Endgame is dope, but it was just, and then Captain America you just gonna tap out, man. You just gonna live your life in the 40s because you missed the girl, man. Man, forget all that, man. Get you a new girl in the 2000s. They got women out here. Oh, that you wanted the love of your life. She got old, man. She out of here, man. Move on. He went back, just because his contract was up, he went back. Sitting there all old, didn't even help Bucky. How you not gonna help Bucky? You still have him go through the Winter Soldier process? You a cold piece. You know what I'm saying? I wanna know what Cap was doing all that time. What was he doing with his life? Don't give me that, I'm gonna just be a husband and a good man. No, you got to be a hero, man. You got to show up to civil rights marches and help. You had to bust into Klan rallies and, you know, was you doing any of that? Or was you just letting it ride, living your best life? And you still let Bucky just get worked over, talking about to the end of the line. I don't know if he really did it, but I want to know. See, I got questions now. You know what I'm saying? Where'd Loki go? I'm sure we'll find out in the series down the road. Like I said again, I'm gonna say it again. The battle at the end was fantastic. I can bathe in that part of the movie, but the rest of it was just. It was cool, you know, it was dope. And then even when the Hulk could have had an action scene, they took it away from him. When he came up against the Ancient One, she was just like, nope, go out of your body, talk to me in the astral plane. Let's have a conversation. I don't want to see the Hulk having conversations. The Hulk is there to smash. That's who he's always been. The Incredible Hulk, strength, boulders, smash, action. Give us that. You took it away from us in Infinity War. You had him come in hot, then he got punked. Never saw him again. And now we see him again. We're like, yes, he about to wreck shop. Now he can do it on an intellectual level as well as his strength. We don't even get to see the strength. What, him holding the building up to save Rocket and Rhodey? That's what's missing the Hulk out. If they would have put a Hulk out in this, it'd have been equal playing field. It'd have been like, yo, this is just the best of all time. They shitted on the Hulk in 2 movies, man. As far as I'm concerned, they made him soft in 2 consecutive movies, and he was silly in Ragnarok. But at least he got to fight Thor in the arena. But I don't know, man. That's a big issue for me. As in the Infinity Gauntlet in the comic book, the Hulk was wrecking shop when they had to fight Thanos. Yeah, he couldn't beat him, but he was still putting in work, and Thanos never got the best of him, for real. So we didn't get to see the true square off. Now, what I did appreciate in Endgame, they let Captain America put that work in. Like Infinity War, Captain America was kind of like in the back seat. Like, you know, he showed up and did his thing, but it was very minimal Cap in Infinity War. And this one, they let him shine because, you know, he was leaving. The contract was up. But he shined with that hammer, yes. And I was wondering, like, how did he get the hammer? And my son brought up to me, he's like, that's because he confessed to Tony that, you know, he knew about his parents' death, you know, but he just wanted to protect his friend. So him admitting that and causing a rift between him and Tony, he's now more worthy to lift the hammer. I was like, oh, okay, I see what's happening here. Because, you know, if you remember Age of Ultron, when he tried to lift it, it moved just a little bit. Like the hammer was like, up, no, because you still holding the secret. So the hammer didn't let him pick it up. But then I was like, okay. So seeing Cap get busy with the shield, the hammer, fighting Thanos, that was everything. Because, you know, a lot of people, they be hating on Captain America. They be like, he's a tight ass, you know what I'm saying? He's not as funny as the other guys, you know what I'm saying? He's old fashioned. He's from the 40s, man. What you want from him? He was born in the 30s, man. What you want from this guy? He's old fashioned, he's old school. He be like, hey, language, guys. You know, he's a good guy. He's a straight man. Everybody needs a straight man. Everybody can't be silly out here. Now, you know, Marvel, they want everybody to be funny, but you need a straight man. You need a Captain America. You need a Steve Rogers in your crew, man. So I was happy to see him go to work. But yeah, so I gotta stick with the 4 saxophones out of 5. Here's what I did like too. When Thanos faced off against Scarlet Witch, he wasn't ready. He was not ready because he wasn't familiar with her. Like when it's funny because it's Thanos from the past on the time travel tip, so he never encountered her. So she was pissed. She was like, you stole everything from me. And he's like, I don't even know who you are. You know what I'm saying? But man, he was not ready. She lifted him up. He was like, yo, let it rain, man. Let it rain. Like, what about our truth? Forget all that. She got me, man. She got me, y'all. Let it rain down. And then here's an inconsistency. Inconsistencies in movies as far as action and fighting skill really bug me. Because you know Ebony Maw. Ebony Maw was Thanos' right-hand man. He got the telekinesis. He can just move, throw cabs at you, street, earth. He was kind of non-existent in the whole battle of things. This dude is a force to be reckoned with, and they just threw him on the sidelines in this epic battle at the end. They just being inconsistent just to wrap everything up. They should have showed him putting in work, and they barely beat him in Infinity War. So now he's just a little side note foot soldier now? You gotta lose points for that. You gotta lose points for that. Another thing that was dope about the movie, first thing, the movie experience can make a movie better. Like the theater experience. When we saw opening night, packed house, everybody's super excited, everybody's drooling, foaming at the mouth for Avengers. We saw opening night. The crowd was electric. They was responding to stuff. I mean, they were pretty much quiet throughout because it was a slow film. But they would pop here and there. Like when they were doing the time travel stuff and Cap was in the elevator like, Hail Hydra. Like the audience popped. It was like dope moments like that. Once the battle started and then, you know, the crew came back. When you hear Falcon on the radio, like to your left, Steve, the audience is like, yo! And then to see Black Panther emerge from the Doctor Strange portal first, audience went bananas. Bananas. They went insane. And it was like, yo, this is crazy. This is like, you know, and you just saw how people love the characters. Like Black Panther, people love this cat, man. And like, we know when the people come in, Black Panther's emergence and Spider-Man got the biggest cheers. It was like, yo, they're back, you know. When Quill popped up, people was just like, we remember what you did in Infinity War, Quill. So when he just jumped in, people was like, this guy. Oh, Groot though, Groot. Drax. We still mad at Quill. That excitement added to it. Like when you go to a packed house and everybody's all in, that makes the movie even better. Even when Black Panther and them did the chant, the battle cry chant, the audience responded. I was like, yo, this is insane. And so that was dope. When Thanos was fighting Captain Marvel and he pulled off the Power Stone and hit her with it, I farted. I was like, boom! Oh, my nose bled. I was like, that was incredible. That's a testament to a good villain. Thanos is an excellent villain where you're kind of rooting for him at the same time. That's crazy. He's not boring. He's not stiff. He's not one-dimensional. He's hard to beat. I love that. I love villains like that. He's a villain in the sense of stuff that you read on the page, or like Asian action movies. They always make the villain super dope and hard to beat. I love that type of stuff. And when I saw Endgame the second time with a dry audience, it made me just look at the film more, just focus on it. And then it was like, all right. Some of the stuff was just elevated because of the crowd. And without that crowd elevation, it's like, how many times can I watch this when there's no crowd? Like, and I can keep watching Infinity War over and over again. I keep watching those action scenes. I'm gonna watch the Endgame final hour at least 8 more times. But the rest of it, I'm not really gonna dabble with. Another dope visual, and the crowd got hyped on when the women banded together. The women fighters, Valkyrie, Scarlet Witch, Captain Marvel, Pepper Potts in the Iron Man suit, Wasp, everybody showed up. Strong women, man, ready to do work. That was a dope scene. Okoye, you had Shuri in that mug. It was like everything, everybody. Manus pulled up, Gamora, it was Nebula. It was like, yo. And that's why people love Marvel too, the diversity of it all, man. You got women, you got men, you got black, Asian, everybody is like all together, you know what I'm saying? We need some more Hispanic juice in there, man. Let's get that going, It was just dope to see. It was like, man, it was so many emotions, like, man. But then when you watch it with a dry audience, man, I was like, oh, where's the soul at in here? I know it was late, it was 11 p.m., but ain't no excuse. Ain't no excuse, where's the energy? It was a few people in there excited, but I was like, And then in the funeral scene, it was a kid standing behind the Winter Soldier and Falcon and them. It was like, who is this kid? He was the kid from Iron Man 3 that Tony connected with. Because I was like, who is this kid? Because, I only saw Iron Man 3 once because I was disappointed. And that explains why Pepper was, familiar with the Spider-Man suit now, because she had to step up in Iron Man 3. She was doing work out there, man. Still, man, the Endgame final hour is just outstanding. The rest of it on the repeated viewing just kind of lost gas with me. So I'm still going Infinity War over Endgame, just because of the rewatch factor. Endgame, however, is the movie to beat for the summer. I don't know. Four saxophones can be beat, but I'm looking at the summer lineup, and I'm not real excited about that many action movies coming forward. I'm excited about John Wick 3 coming out. The Lion King, it's kind of just like an easy win, because they're just going to remake what was already dope. So I don't know, but we'll see. Toy Story 4, that's probably going to be outstanding. Anyway, guys, that's my spoiler review of Endgame. Let me know what you thought in the comment section below. I want to know which one y'all preferred, Infinity War or Endgame. Now, mind you, let the emotions settle for a little bit. I know you're coming off the high, but sit in it for a while. I sat in it for a while. I rewatched it again. So now, let it marinate in your soul and your spirit. Watch it again if you have to, and let me know which one you prefer. Or if they tie it up, or you consider it just one big movie. Let me know in the comment section below, man. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as usual, we out here.